Justina,
Samantha,
Tamara.
and we're missing Rebecca, Alicia, Zana, and Tiffany.
So today we'll just be answering random questions so that you can get a feel of kind of what our opinions are and where we stand on different topics that are affecting us today in today's society.
Shit might get heated, just so you know, right? Okay.
Yeah, I do because actually, I do if it's their choice. Like some people really are comfortable with themselves, want to go out there. Some people are comfortable with sexuality. So if it's their choice, but obviously it's so hard to gauge because if it's sex trafficking, how can you?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's very true.
But
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a personal choice, yeah, for sure. You shouldn't be penalized for it or get a criminal record or, but it's just a really hard thing to gauge because a lot of the times it's not their choice.
Yeah.
So.
As long as you're being safe while you're doing it, that's what's most important. As long as
big one.
everyone involved is being safe, then, why not?
And I think there's a huge misconception in regards to prostitution in this day and age. I mean, if you look back in history in regards to prostitution, it was really the women started it. We were the one who realized that our bodies, men wanted to take advantage of it, so we took that back and we're like, you know what, if you're gonna we sexualize this much, then we're gonna make you pay for it. And then going through history, it just changed and went different ways, and so now fast forward to now, and it's shunned upon for many different reasons, obviously because of sex trafficking, but there really is a huge community out there of folks who are actually sex workers that still get labeled as prostitutes and streetwalkers when really that's not what it is. It's their career, it's their lifestyle, they're comfortable, they're safe, there's education behind it. So do I think that prostitution should be legal? No, because the term is incorrect, but in regards to sex work, it should be legal. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
So what's the difference in the term prostitution and sex work?
I mean,
because I don't know.
There's different aspects to sex work, right? There's different aspects to prostitution, but really prostitution is just it's like street walking,
Right. Well, sex work
kind of
is more.
It's like
right.
There's different facets to it. There's different ways to it. I mean, that doesn't mean that there isn't different ways of prostitution and whatnot, but I think if you you go on to Backpage, which is a pretty popular one for that kind of thing, and you see the caliber of, you can see who's somebody who's doing it really just for the quick cash, and other people who are really doing it because it's something that they take pride in doing, and usually it will become more expensive or it's just really cheap, and you can tell from the differences of that and how illegal it may be. So in terms of the way you use the words and the terms that you give it for, prostitution, it's crappy, but sex working and all the other things behind it, it's usually not that bad.
Whoa, big issue.
That's a big one. Jeez.
I guess I'll start here because there's a lot of people that feel that gay people, I guess a lot of older generations that feel that gay people shouldn't even be together in the first place, but I feel that gay couples have every right to raise children just like other people, and they may even raise their children just maybe the same or even better than straight couples. So I feel it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, just to touch on what Samantha said, if it's a loving home with two loving parents, then I don't see why not. I know for a lot of people, when this topic is brought up, they feel that, having two of the same sex raising a child is going to push that so-called agenda on the child. But somebody pointed out that, we were all exposed, or not we were all exposed, but gay people that are exposed to straight couples and just straight relationships didn't turn out straight. So why does someone feel that, being around a gay couple or being raised by a gay couple is going to have that child turn out gay? Which I think is a way to look at it. So I feel if it's a loving home, just like in a straight household, then why not?
Can I?
It needs to stop.
It really needs to stop. I feel like, you know what, we are entitled to whatever it is that we want to do with our own bodies, but I think that pushing natural beauty is always the best, and just every type of beauty out there. I think like streamlining it to just like one specific type of beauty is just so unfair to everyone. You know, it's costly, and also it's just like it shows you like how we are divided in class, because women, and because it really is women who are doing this, women who don't have the money and to get plastic surgery to look better or to look like all the others that are doing it, like they just have very low self-esteem.
Or they'll do anything to
They'll do
get the money
anything to get the money to do that, and it's just like, why aren't we out there teaching women and everybody that how they look in their natural form is the best for them?
Regular.
And,
Yeah.
you know, we're
That's
all
not
beautiful in
regular.
our own way. Like somebody is out there for you.
I feel like it, honestly, everybody, okay, not everybody, obviously, but like so much people they just look the same. Like everybody just looks the same.
Yeah.
It's just so
many
like
of them.
boring now. Like, you know, there's no
Very
real
true.
uniqueness to
Mhm.
a lot of people, because
All these
social-
Instagram models.
social
look
media
exactly
has
the
like
same.
just taken over the world, and these people have lost their minds.
Like now that like this is the accepted way of looking beautiful or feeling right. Like you wouldn't know that your nose was big or small until you
Yeah,
saw somebody else, or somebody else being complimented by it, or a group of people being complimented by having that for you to now want that. You
All I'm
know?
gonna say is, if you're gonna do it, just find someone who's licensed and knows what they're doing,
Honestly,
and
before
get it
you
done properly.
as she
Mhm.
drops off.
Because I can see some
Yes.
ugly ass booty implants. Like,
Lopsided, all that.
this one girl's
Nope. 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 Nope.
I mean, me personally, I'm gonna say no, just cause.
I'm not even talking to a guy that has a kid to begin with.
Oh yeah,
Much
we were
less
just talking about
get a girl pregnant.
No, I think it's a breach of trust. Like,
I'm just trying to think it through. I'm like, what is the timeline? Is it that we
It
separated?
doesn't even
No,
matter.
I mean no, because it's just like, you know, there's things like having a child. Like there are like life monuments that changes like a relationship, and then they want to come back and they still love you, right? Like they went to war, or they had a child. Like those are things that they still have baggages. Like I mean, a kid is there because it's an actual human being. But what would it like? You know, like what would the scenario be?
No, if you cheated.
No, if he cheated, of
If you
course
cheated and
not.
got the other girl
But, like,
pregnant.
Even if you didn't cheat,
No,
if you
but
guys
she
broke up for a week, bitch. If you broke up for a week,
No, I don't think that at all.
you guys been together for 15 years.
No,
Have kids already. You guys were so-called separated, but you guys are still sleeping with each other. He steps out.
And gets another girl pregnant.
And marries the bitch.
First of all, no, gets in a type of scenario like that. My scenario is if we decided to separate from each other and go live our
No,
lives.
that's not the question.
Yes,
No,
right?
Okay,
No,
either way,
okay,
it's a
all right.
no.
So all you
Not
are
happening.
saying no.
She's my
ex.
it depends.
Yeah, she said maybe.
No, it depends.
Maybe.
If we separated and went and lived our other life, and he went and had another family, and I went and did our other things, and our paths crossed, and we still have feelings for each other and still love each other, and he has a family. Like I can't get mad at him for him going and live his own life. I did my own thing too.
You're true. You're right.
Why would I get
Well, I
mad at him?
mean,
Well, you have a
I
kid.
see
I
where she's
can't go
coming
back.
from. Because
Yeah,
if we're a lot
she's
older,
No,
and
yeah.
we want to live, it's just like if you dated somebody back in high school and then 10 years later you kind of meet up with them.
Your
No,
paths cross.
I could
No.
see it. I would consider it. I'm
You're
not
fucking
like,
with the
you know,
universe at that
completely.
point, because
Once
the
he's an
universe is the
ex-
one who allowed you guys to match up in the fucking
No,
first place.
once
Again.
he's an ex,
He's an ex
we never happened in the first place.
Well, y'all need to like.
No, once he's an
No.
ex,
Kumbaya.
listen,
I'm
this
It
is
broke
saying
off for a reason,
Thank
though.
you.
It broke
Thank
off because
you.
something wasn't working.
Thank you.
So when you try to trickle yourself back in, oh, but I have a
It's
kid
not
now.
gonna work.
No, bye.
Nope.
Oh.
How about when
Okay.
it comes to please Justina? Like,
No, but actually, no. If I think about it, hold up. You know, this is one that I've been
Niggas
having.
is selfish.
Seriously, they're so selfish. Because my partner is just like, oh, when are we gonna have a threesome? Why are you not gonna spice it up? Bitch, I be spicing it up all the time, okay? But then when I wanna ask about like, you know, like me having a like two guys, like why is it okay for a guy to have two girls, but a guy can't have another guy in the room? Oh my goodness.
No, it's a no.
It's a no.
Threesomes are a no.
It's a no. If
I
it's
could
not
do
gonna
the
be going
same thing that the girl is doing. So I don't don't know. I don't think there's any reason for it.
I mean, like, thinking about it, it seems all nice and dandy.
Exactly.
It's just
but,
like a
like,
fantasy.
Theoretically, I don't know. And I've talked to a couple of people that have experienced it before, and it just, you know, they say when they do it with someone that they know and friends, it becomes awkward after, and you know, you don't feel comfortable doing it with a complete stranger, and then there's always, if it's a stranger, there's a lot of elements. Yeah, with a stranger, there's always the thought of, hey, did my partner enjoy the stranger too much?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think I would ever exit out of my like sexual experiences of things that I want to try. But if I am gonna do that with my partner and somebody that I care a lot about, we have to have boundaries set. And it's not boundaries set just for me, but for both of us.
But then if
and
the
the
boundaries
person,
set, doesn't it kind of take away from the spiciness?
oh no, there's still gonna be spiciness. There will be spiciness, but there still has to be boundaries set. Like, yo, there's gonna be a time. There's like.
But
time limit?
but then
There's a time limit. How long you have your hand on her ass?
Yeah, but that takes away from the
Exactly.
threesome.
That's
That's why
no
exactly.
threesome.
If you have to set boundaries, then
That's
you should
why
have the
you gotta
threesome.
just do it with somebody who's friends and benefits and call it a date.
No,
This
no,
is true.
yeah.
Okay, probably.
But then, and even with that, I'm selfish. Like, I'm not trying to sit and wait and touch up and what? No, like I'm not trying to entertain.
Honestly, I
and
really
like warm other people up. What? I mean, you're not gonna be trying to show up the girl like no. Like no, I'm not.
I wanted to use the washroom at one point. I'm like, this shit's boring as hell. Hold on.
But in a relationship, I feel like what Justine said, you're gonna wonder if your partner liked it more with the other person. It's gonna break trust a little bit, even if you guys are both in it together. It just opens up too much doors that you don't necessarily.
And especially
always
if you're not
you know?
interested in like hooking up with another female, I think that's where the
It can
line gets
become
crossed,
awkward,
and it gets
yeah.
awkward because it's just like you're not doing it for yourself anymore. You're just doing it for
For the
the
man. You're not even into women.
You're not into women. You're not into that kind of stuff. Then what's the point of you volunteering to?
It's a no for me.
To it's a no. But I still think like there still can
It's
be
just a good thought to masturbate to.
There still can be spice. I feel like there still can be spiciness if I decided with my partner that I wanted to have a threesome.
Yes.
Don't even get me started on that shit.
Because yes, obviously we know all lives matter, but not all lives are struggling. Like,
Right? And
But
then
like,
better
period.
myself.
That's all what it is. Like, just saying all lives matter takes away from the whole movement that we're trying to support in the first place.
we cannot be racist though. That's the joke.
Yes.
Like we can be prejudiced, yes. And I don't think it's prejudice. Like we're not being prejudiced at all. If anything, we're just calling you out. Like we're just stating the facts. Like I'm not going to every white. I'm not going
Every
to every
time.
white person and be like, you did this. But
I'm gonna
if-
have to disagree because I feel there's a lot of people that like even when it comes to like hair, like the whole thing with like cornrows, like when a lot of white people were doing cornrows, a lot of black people were getting upset and saying it was like it was a culture,
cultural appropriation. No,
Exactly,
it's not that
like-
though. It is not that. You need to understand. Like for me, at least, because I go to school for fashion, so I have to read all these fashion magazines majority of the time. So I'm going through it and trends. It's all like magazines are all about trends. What's in?
Exactly.
And when you have a fully white supported and produced magazine saying the new trend is cornrows, trying to make it something new and hit. That is when we come in and be like, hold the fuck up. That's the base layer that I put my weave in it. It's not a trend.
And what is a boxer braid?
What is a boxer braid? Because I haven't seen any fucking boxer with their braids like that.
I wouldn't say it's being racist, but
Right.
there are some people, just like with anything, any topic, that are kind of being counterproductive because they're coming off aggressive or they're attacking people, which is not what I think whoever it is that founded the Black Lives Matter movement wanted.
Right.
So I think that it could be a bit of a turnoff, or it could, the other side could turn it and make it seem like, okay, well, you know what, they're kind of just perpetrating what it is that we're trying to say and why it is that those things are happening to those type of people. So I think that we as, Black people have to find a way to get our voices heard without, you can still be angry, but without coming off as violent or, just doing basically what the oppressor is doing to us. So you have to find a way
but
to do
another
it
thing too
peacefully.
that I had to say, just off of the one word that you did bring out, is the word violent. Like, regardless of what approach that we take as Black people, you do have to realize that
Their only
made
approach
us.
is violence.
They made us to look angry
Yes,
and
yes.
violent people. Sometimes I feel like there's no way of winning. Like, you know,
I was
because
just
I
about to say
always
that.
feel like
I was just about to say
like, you know,
that.
losing
if you
battle.
angry Black women,
If
like,
you take a peaceful approach, you don't get hurt, and then if you get aggressive, you're violent, and you still don't get hurt, because then they take away from the message that you're trying to bring across and just put all the light on the negative, which is you being angry as you should be.
and keep in mind, majority of these disputes that people are having where we're coming off looking angry like all the time is online, and words get misconstrued online all the time.
You can't
So it's
tell
just like
someone's tone either.
no. So it's just like it's I don't know. It just feels like it's
Yo,
redundant.
the LOL thing.
Okay, I'm okay with it to an extent.
I'm selfish. So.
I mean, okay, so I do have one story. I do have one story. So I had a really good friend of mine. She was in a poly relationship. Her and her partner identified as polys. The only rule that they had was that whoever that person decided to sleep with, they weren't allowed to bring that person back to their homestead.
Okay.
She came home to find her partner with the person that he was hooking up with, but it was a little person.
Like
Wow.
a midget? No, yeah. It used to be a really big thing though on social media. I remember there was this one group. I don't know if you guys heard of them, Taz's Angels.
Yeah.
Taz's Angels.
That I think they were the ones that kind of sprouted it as a bigger thing than it would be. And there was a lot of men that were saying, oh, they were really open to polygamous relationships. But yeah, I do not agree with it. Like Kadisha, I don't think it's necessary. Just be single. Like
Honestly,
I don't know.
be single.
I don't know. I've definitely been in a situation where I felt like I was interested in two people at the same time for two completely different reasons, and I just didn't want to choose. And I didn't think it was selfish because I was open to both those
Yeah,
persons. And at the same time, like I didn't feel like
both.
I didn't, huh?
you could have been single and messed with both of them.
Yeah.
But like I was tied to them for different reasons.
Yeah, you could.
But you were single.
I mean, to one, it felt like I was single, and to the other, I didn't really feel like I was that single with that person. But like, it worked. It worked really well.
Did they know about each other?
Did they know about? Yeah, I said I was pretty open about it.
Oh, pretty open.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. It's not me getting married, so I'm in a business.
I'm
Spend your
I'm
money.
getting married. I'm having a wedding. I'm not signing the marriage papers.
How I feel about it?
Good for
It's
them.
whatever they have the money, let them spend it.
I
Do
mean,
your thing.
Right?
I wouldn't personally spend a whole lot of money on my wedding.
No, it's not.
I'd rather spend it
necessary.
buying a house or
Yeah.
going on vacation.
Vacation, yeah.
I think the money could be spent on other things, right? I think when you have a
Could be
wedding,
paying off that credit
you're
card.
having the
Sit
wedding.
there forever.
You're having the wedding for other people. Like the
Yeah.
marriage is for you, but the
Exactly.
wedding is for other
It's
people.
sacred.
And I don't want to have a wedding and spend a whole bunch of money to have people come and talk shit or kind of criticize it. Because as a friend of mine says, they come with their long hands anyways. They don't want to come with a gift.
They're long
And
mouth.
they're gonna fill their belly.
Long
and they're gonna
belly.
drink till they can't drink anymore.
Jamaicans.
So, black people. So,
People who like free shit.
so my thing is, me personally, I just wouldn't do it because I feel like, I can have as much fun with not spending as much money.
Yeah, you can spend like $5,000 on a wedding and it'd be still a nice wedding.
I think like I just want to like go to City Hall and like have like a really intimate
Just a
one.
ceremony.
I think like weddings and like a bond like that, like I mean it took a really long time for you and your partner to get to that point, but like something like that, like signing the deal between you and your partner that you love so much, I think it should be done very intimately. As you look at it now, especially from like the celebrities and stuff like that, like again, it's a consumerism. People
It's
are
a
buying
big
to it.
spectacle.
It's a
exactly.
big spectacle. It's
When
money.
they
Like
pop his shoe up.
yeah, seriously. Like I want to like have it like old school. Just go to City Hall, sign the paper there. Maybe not sign the paper. Who knows? And then have like a nice party after, like an after. What do you call that?
Honeymoon.
Reception. Where's my words today? A reception.
You're
And,
just
like,
not into weddings, I guess.
no, I don't really care for them. I'm like, and then everybody can celebrate. And my parents can pretend to send me off because either way, I'm still gonna get married, even if they
And
tell
you're
me not
still
to.
gonna be cocking yourself. Never mind.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in again to another one of our episodes for Shea Butter Diaries. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, make comments. And
Tag your
ladies,
friends.
Be
Be
inspired.